All right, happy Monday night, everybody. Welcome on into the daily broadcast. Glad you were with us. We're coming to you from the worldwide headquarters of Raiderland, theraiderland.com. Glad you're with us wherever you may be. You could be with us on Twitter X. That's right, at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter X. You could be with us on our YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Free, don't cost nothing. Everybody should subscribe. You could be with us on Facebook Live. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland page, and you click and you like and you follow, and that's all good. Now, no matter where you are, we want you to subscribe to all the platforms. Never miss a thing. They're all free, and it grows Raiderland. It is Monday, good, bad, and ugly Monday. The things you like, the things you didn't like, the things that made you turn away. It could be Texas Tech sports. It could be anything else. A lot of Texas Tech stuff to talk about. Great weekend for Texas Tech. And we saw the ever continuing story of the greatest turnaround in all of college sports with Texas Tech track and field and West Kitley this weekend with the indoor championships in Lubbock. Get your thoughts on that. Baseball, basketball, you name it. Lady Raiders winning, tennis won, everything. So we want you to be a part of the program. How do you do it? The best way to do it, easy way to do it tonight, get you a G.B.U. Tell us what was good, what was bad, what was ugly. You want to go hardcore baseball, basketball, we can do it. What's the seed line going to be for Tech basketball going into the NCAA tournament? There's not much more they can get right now based on the regular season schedule and the way the tournament will play out. So, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You tell us. You make the show your own. Jump in tonight on the chat line. Thanks to United Supermarkets and Market Street. They support Texas Tech here locally. There's another grocery store, big grocery store, big grocery store. And they come into West Texas and they take your money and they go downstate with it. You know where they go. All right, let's do it in three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt. TheRaiderland.com is where you start your day every day, including today. Raiderland Hot Links, cool stuff. I figure if we like it, you're going to like it. We put all sorts of great links out there. Also, the question of the day, good, bad, and ugly Monday. We've already explained that. We're brought to you tonight by Golf USA, 67th in Indiana and Lubbock. All right, so like earlier today, you could have played golf. Right now, no. Next day, no. Next day, no. After that, you can play golf in West Texas for about the next, I don't know, like 175 days. It'll be great. Nobody does it better than Stacy Nix and his crew there at Golf USA. Drop on by, check it out. You'll be glad you did. Also by the Shropshire Agency, Jeff and his crew, independent, just like all great West Texas. Give them a shot. Whether you got, professional business insurance needs, maybe you work with the church board, something like that. They can handle it all. Go see Jeff Shropshire Agency, and tell him we said hello. All right. We got the parameters established. Now it's your turn. Your comments will drive the show tonight. We'll go as long as your comments are good. And I know right now in West Texas, good Lord, I am looking out the Raiderland World Headquarters windows. It is awful outside. Ugh. Yeah. And today may be the best day of the next 2 days. We'll see. So from basketball to baseball, everything in between, whatever you want to talk about, good, bad, and ugly recaps over the weekend. That didn't have to be just sports, by the way. Good, bad, and uglies. So the G.B.U, for those who don't know, I used to do a little radio show from 1994 to 2012 with Don Williams, and every Monday we had the G.B.U. We did it before everybody else did, before Dan Patrick, before anybody else. I promise you, in 1994, we were doing the G.B.U. first. And people said, you ought to bring it back. I'm like, no, it's retired. I said, nah. Then finally, I'm like, hell yeah. It's the greatest way to recap a weekend. The stuff you liked, the stuff you didn't like, the stuff that when you go, it's not good. All right, let's get it going. First off on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Hopefully everybody's following us on Twitter. BT, Red Raider. See, every time I see BT, I think about the BT Express. First person who tells me who the BT Express was in Texas Tech history will get absolutely nothing, but I'll be impressed. What's the ceiling for a seed in B-ball? Is it a 2 seed? Possibly. I assume you mean basketball. So when I see B-ball, I see like baseball. Basketball, no, 3. You're not going to get anything from winning out the next 2 games. Colorado, Arizona State, direct. You get nothing for that. You could run the tournament, Big 12 tournament, and you're not going to do it because Grant McCaslin knows, like all great college basketball coaches now, the conference tournaments don't matter. 3 seed is the best, and you would have to have about 5 teams back up, I think, to get that. I think you're teetering on the 4, not teetering on the 4 like to a 5, but like 4, maybe a little bit to the 3, but yeah, you're not going to go with 2. Jan gets in Facebook, Right Nights Raiderland on Facebook. Don't cost nothing again. What's she talking about? The good Tex win at the Fog, the bad Tex season start in baseball. The ugly win in the dirt. Yeah, it's a little bit ugly out there right now, but hey, it's Yankee repellent. This is what we do. We keep people from moving in out there. Good always winning in Allen Fieldhouse. That'd be 2 now. And it dawned on me doing Lady Raider basketball for the years I did. I've called more wins at Allen Fieldhouse than any Texas Tech announcer, from Jack Dale to Jeff Axton to anybody. Robert, hey, Hyatt, I am here. I'm here too, man. Glad you're there. All right. Our man, Red River City. This is Smitty. Will Rogers' horse's rear end pointed towards College Station? Still is. Every day they're on the campus at Texas Tech University. Will always point that direction. Thank you, Eamon G. Carter. Great sculptor, great supporter of Texas Tech in the 1930s into the 1940s. So, yeah, Eamon G. Carter, he actually paid for the band uniforms in the 30s for the Texas Tech band because he heard the band play and he liked it so much. He's like, man, we're paying for this, you know? Should we extort that grocery store? Extort? I don't know. You should not. You should just shop at the one that supports Texas Tech. Why would you extort anything? That sounds horrible. No. You just know we got a great sponsor. They love Texas Tech in West Texas. They've been here for years. You don't have to extort anything. That sounds really dangerous. Robert, you sound dangerous. All right. Good, bad, and ugly Monday. The good, the bad, and the ugly from the weekend. What do you got? Texas Tech men's basketball. Going into this week, 3 seed max. Just don't back up. All right. 4 seeds probably what you're going to be. Then we got baseball and softball. How about softball? Taking down A&M on Saturday after a really rough midweek where you get gacked off twice on walk-off home runs, and then why not beat A&M? You know, that was good. And then we still haven't gotten into your thoughts on, and I want to know if you agree with me, the greatest turnaround in all of college sports history is Texas Tech track and field. And what Wes Kitley has done in the last 20 plus years, from nothing to multiple national championships, indoor and outdoor, men and women, not just one sport, not just outside, not just inside, not just men, Big 12 titles and everything else. Tell me something that is a bigger turnaround in college sports than Texas Tech track and field. And if you know anything about Tech track and field in the 80s and 90s and even the 70s, You understand? If you don't, you don't. That's why I'm here. That's why I help out. That's why I put that out there on the daily commentary today. And you guys should listen to it and share it and proselytize out there how great the job that Wes Kitley has done. It's unreal. Unreal what's happened. Meanwhile, back to the conversation. He's on our Facebook page. That's Chris. So if Tadlock gets a pass in, I don't know what that is, TGE conversation, what is the problem? Give me a better question. I'll answer it with a better answer. Please push the Texas Tech start button for the baseball team. They did start. They started with the most difficult schedule in college baseball this year. They are 2-7 for the first time since 1974. I think Donna Williams reported it. They probably overreached schedule wise based on what was happening, but I've seen what they've done schedule wise the last couple of years, and they had to upgrade. And if you want me to push the panic button, now which button did I push? Mild, moderate, intrigued. I'm factoring in a lot of who they've played, where they played. And I understand baseball. I've called baseball, decades worth of it. Call me back in about 3 or 4 weeks. If it still sucks, I'll say it sucks and they're going to be bad. But if in 3 or 4 weeks after this, they look good, you guys call me back and say, you suck. You don't understand college baseball. How about that? So yeah, give it to me. Give me the questions, comments. I'll tell you what I think. And you guys can rock and roll on it and you can save the receipts. But college baseball is a long game in a short amount of time. You don't have as many games day to day as baseball, as Major League Baseball. But it's a long game. Play it. Please push the button. No. James, Texas Tech track and field. I agree with you on turnaround. I would say OU softball is up there as well. OU softball was always great. I don't remember a time when they were ever bad, like in the 40s or 50s. No, I don't. I can't think of a time OU softball. I mean, softball gets started in the NCAA in 1982. If there was a time before that they were bad, and maybe I'm unenlightened and don't know, but as far as I know, OU softball in Oklahoma has always been great, always been awesome. I mean, Texas Tech didn't have a track and field program in the 70s and 80s and 90s. Now they sponsored it. And when I say sponsor, I mean like, hey, if anybody wants to show up and get on a van and go somewhere, we got it. So maybe I missed something on Oklahoma softball being up there as a turnaround. I don't know anything about that. Good, bad, and ugly Monday. The good. What was good in your world? What was good in Red Raider sports? Bad, you tell us. Ugly. We can talk baseball, and I'm not, trying to shut you down on the baseball talk. Tech sucks. It's okay. Here's the deal. It's a crappy start to the season. I really thought Tech would have at least 4 or 5 wins by now. Starting pitching has been bad after the first weekend. It's been bad at times. And I would liken it like this. You got 3 components: pitching, defense fielding, and hitting. At any given moment, 2 of the 3 have been horrible at this point for Tech baseball. Now, I've got to believe, though, that the baseball team as constructed and what we know, that they're better than what they're playing. Now, will they execute? Will they achieve wins? I don't know. The talent, I believe, is there. And I could be completely wrong. Could be completely wrong. But I have seen over even the first 3 weeks of the season enough out of pitching. And every other pitcher they run out there looks great, looks bad. Sometimes it's the same guys. Fielding, get back to me on that. Hitting, these guys can hit. I've seen it. I've seen enough. I know enough about these guys that they're not bad. So we get to the point right now where we go 3 weeks in. My God, it's all over, obviously. No, it's not. It's not. This team's going to have a great RPI. Check that. A good RPI. Not as good as it could have been if they'd won just one at NC, North Carolina, taking one more at home against UCI and beating Washington. That's 3 games. We're talking about the difference in 3 games right now in being a top 50, top 25 RPI out of nearly 60 games. So people are going to freak out and go, well, that's 3 games. Well, it's all over now. That's stupid. Don't be stupid. Long term. Now, do they have to start winning games? Absolutely. The rest of March is about winning all the games you can win. You got a couple against San Diego. The weather's going to be absolutely 100% shit show crap tomorrow and Wednesday. Horrible, horrible weather. We're talking 60-mile-an-hour winds in Lubbock. I'm not being funny. I can't believe they didn't actually tell San Diego, just don't show up. We'll make it up in April on a midweek and something. I'm kind of shocked they didn't do it. All right. That's my bigger concern right now is the weather for the next 2 days is not conducive to playing any kind of baseball that reflects upon any sort of talent base whatsoever. It is going to be absolutely a throw the dice crap show tomorrow and Wednesday. I don't care if you play at 2 in the afternoon or 6:30 at night. We're talking about shutting off power to areas around West Texas in the next 24 to 48 hours. Shutting off power because they're afraid you're going to have wildfires because of the power lines. All right? I think it's dumb that we're playing the games this weekend, but that's just me. Nobody called. I mean, that's what we're dealing with. 65-mile-an-hour gusts tomorrow. And you're going to play a game in that's going to impact your RPI. I mean, they shouldn't play it. You shouldn't play it. Tell them to go the hell home. Are they already here? If they're already in town, tell them to hunker down at the damn hotel and just don't do it. Texas Tech has to go 3-2 this week, right? No, they don't have to. They need to if they play the games. Yeah, Grand Canyon, no slouch. Looking at their stuff earlier today, they're not bad. You ought to be better than them. If you're not, that's not good. But you went out there 2 years ago, got smoked. Well, you didn't get smoked. You just didn't win. I mean, anybody in Lubbock or around Lubbock right now, look outside and then tell me you think you ought to be playing baseball in the next 24 hours. I'm not talking about high school baseball. High school baseball, they'll play baseball in any crap in high school. Unbelievable. The greatest turnaround in college sports history is Texas Tech track and field. Tell me it's not. And then go out there tonight and tell people the greatest turnaround in all of college sports history is Texas Tech track and field. From nothing, from no program in the 70s, 80s, and 90s to winning national championships now. No facilities, no budget, no anything. And everybody around the country saying you'll never get high level athletes to come to Lubbock, Texas. The wind blows too much. Can't get them out there. They'll never train there. You don't have an indoor facility. You'll never get it. And Wes Kitley shows up in 99 2000 and says, no, I kind of want it ACU. Might be able to do a few things, and builds it. Tell me it's not the greatest turnaround in track, not just track, college sports, bigger than Kansas State in football. Trust me. Because, I mean, they'd actually been playing college football at Kansas State for decades and decades. Texas Tech wasn't doing track and field. They weren't. Randy, junior high track meets are always fun this time of year. Curse you and curse everybody who has a junior high track meet. They're awful. I didn't want to be there when I was there. Absolutely hideous. Softball, good, bad, and ugly Monday. Tech men's basketball. You want to get into the discussion before we get out of here? We mentioned, seed line in the win at Kansas was great, fantastic. All right. You kind of actually needed that to hold where you were. That you're on that, I think you're a mid 4 seed right now, might be the last 3 seed. Again, your non-conference schedule killed you. If you don't get a 3 seed, let's say you win the next 2 games, all right, and you go win the first game at the Big 12 tournament, and then nobody else really cares after that. Tournaments don't matter to the selection committee, but you win the next 2 games and don't just look like buzzard puke. They're in the first round of the Big 12 tournament, and you don't get a 3 seed. Now, part of that's what's gone on around you. It gets real tight up there. It's tight on the first 4 seed lines. It's tight on the last 4. The bubble is tight. Well, it's the same thing up there. Somebody's got to give a little for you to get a little. If you don't, you can win, but if they don't give anything back, you don't get much. The schedule's got to get better next year. Or all your viewers on X, I hope they get the help they need. I don't know. We had 900 viewers on Twitter X for Diamond Talk. Was it Diamond Talk? No, for Round Ball Rewind this week. And we had 900 viewers on Twitter X. So, I don't know. Maybe they're just taking their slow, sweet time. But, you really gave me an opportunity here to say thank you. I don't want to do that. Alan Corbin will understand this. So at the end of the month, we do our metrics and everything for theraiderland.com and everything we do. We are a multi-platform network, and I want to say thank you to everybody out there because we had one of the biggest months we've had in a couple of months, and you guys are incredible. We had when it comes to all of our multi-platform network across all of our platforms, whether it's a YouTube, whether it's a Twitter, whether it's our Facebook page, whether it's our main site, theraiderland.com, we had over 754,000 impressions. Organic impressions across the board, eyeballs seeing the content that we put out there, and that's a credit to you. And that's why people advertise with us. And if you happen to be watching this right now and want to advertise, that's another reason why you ought to. But yeah, 754,000, 750,000 people during the month of February seeing what we're doing with their own eyeballs, catching them expressions, whether it's YouTube, whether it is Twitter X, whether it is Facebook, and whether it is theraiderland.com. And that's a tribute to you. And when you guys share this and when you grow it, holy cow, that's pretty cool. So yeah, 754,000 eyeballs expressed, impressions during the month of February across all of our platforms, which is another reason why we do what we do for our clients, whether it's Golf USA here in the Hubaplex or the Shropshire Agency, independent agents just like you. Maybe it's United all across the region. All that. That's why we do what we do. We realized a while back that this is where you guys are. Nothing against traditional media, terrestrial radio, anything else, but we figured out that's where you guys are. And in 28 days in February, 3/4 of a million eyeballs on our work. You guys rock. You know, you do. The population of West Texas. Yeah, I think from Lubbock to Amarillo and maybe beyond that. Randy, you are blowing all the other so-called media out of the water in West Texas. Congrats. I don't know about that. I don't keep up with them. I just keep up with you guys and what you guys are doing here for us. But I really, that gave us a great opportunity to mention that and say thank you for what you guys are doing for us. It is truly a different era, a different time in media, and I'm glad we are where we are right now. Hold on, still got to pay attention to the phone. Sometimes people try to get in there. No. All right, you guys need to do me one favor tonight. The daily commentary about tech, track, and field. Share the hell out of it, and let people know how awesome tech is. Whether you're on YouTube, Twitter X, or anything else, all right, you can find it. It's on our website. But share that commentary today about tech, track, and field because it is truly the greatest turnaround in the history of sports. All right. Oh, hold on. We're getting some late comments in, questions in. We still got time. Still got like 3 or 4 minutes. Meanwhile, off of Facebook, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook. Enjoy, get in there, do it. So, says Lynn, a question. Where do the Lady Raiders basketball team go for the future? Get better, taller, stronger, faster, score more, better. Everywhere around the court, get better. I mean, the easy answer is say sign Aaliyah Chavez and just, yeah, we're done. No, even if you sign her, get better. You know, you got to get better. Got to get better players, more of them. Randy Wade, Randy Wade. Sounds like a Robert Earl Keen song. Do you get impressions if we watch the broadcast after it is aired? Absolutely. And that is one of the things that our clients love is that as opposed to radio, you're doing a radio show from 11 to 1 and a commercial airs at 12:35. If you're not listening to it at 12:35, you don't hear about the Shropshire Agency. You don't hear about, Golf USA, Domino's Pizza. The great thing about what we do when we archive it and people go back and listen to it is they hear the message. They hear the sales message and it helps our clients and it's great. And the great thing about that is when I used to do radio, when my show was over, you couldn't hear it again. Not in the same form and fashion that we do now. And now I can still reply and I can still engage with you. After we get done, we'll post this and you can hit me on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. You can hit me on the website in the comments. You can hit me on Facebook, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook. You can hit me on YouTube, and we'll still get your question and comments. The show never ends. Terrestrial radio kind of ends? It's a fantastic question right there. Absolutely. We get the impressions after it's over. What two seeds in the tournament do we not want to see opposite attack? What do you not match up well with right now? You played high octane games and won, low scoring games and won. Federico gives you a post presence you didn't have versus North Carolina State. There's not a single matchup that I look at in the NCAA tournament and say, oh, you don't want that. Alabama, good. Auburn, good. Tennessee, look at their coaches. There's not a single matchup by X's and O's that you say we don't want. Here's what you don't want, though. Great question, Robert. You don't want the game where you go in totally reliant on three-point shooting because you will lose. Texas Tech will lose the three-point shooting game in the NCAA tournament if they shoot over 25, 35, 33. If they get into that, they're going to lose. If they go to JT Toppin and go to the rim, if they go to the rim and shoot mid-range jumpers and get fouled, they will win that game. If they regress out and shoot threes, they will lose. That's how they're going to lose in the NCAA tournament. Good question, though. But as opposed to a year ago, you had the physicality to match up with anybody physically in the tournament. You got to outplay them. All right, crap. You guys are making me stay overtime now tonight. And Collier didn't even show up. Good Lord. David Collier didn't show up. All right. You guys are the best. I ask you to do one thing for me tonight. Share this with your friends. We're going to post it at theraiderland.com. We'll have it out there. Invite people in tomorrow. Tuesday's Best, brought to you by Kyle Rogers. Kyle Rogers, our realtor in Raiderland at Remax in Lubbock. And we got baseball and a few other things. We'll see you then. But get ready. Go to the website. Share the dog out of it. Have some fun. You guys are the best. I appreciate it. 4 7 5 4. I thought I had it written down all there. 754,000 impressions generated by you guys on what we do here in Raiderland over 28 days. Y'all are badass. We'll see you tomorrow.